It's actually not easy to know what to do with your money when you get paid. The truth of the matter is everyone wants a piece of your money. Government wants a piece, Shopify, Netflix, Spotify, all these businesses want a piece of your money. So the question is, what should you do when you get paid? Coming right up on Money Sense Media. Hey, this is Miles from Money Sense Media, and on this channel, we talk about tips and tricks for your financial health. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, smashing the like button, and sharing this video with a friend. According to a recent study by the Leger Marketing Group, 47% of Canadians are living paycheck to paycheck. Think about this for a second. If you went to the gym today, or you were on a Zoom call or an MS Teams call, or you took the bus, one out of two people you met was essentially broke. That's 20 million Canadians. Of those Canadians, about 53% are aged between 18 and 35, and the balance is 35 years old to 55. But wait, when we're talking about living paycheck to paycheck, what does that really mean? Well, let me introduce you to Sally. Sally makes $60,000 per year, which is essentially $5,000 per month. Now that is before tax. After tax, Sally gets $3,200 per month deposited by her employer. Now Sally gets paid twice a month, on the 15th and on the 1st of every month, which means on the 15th she'll get her first half, which is $1,600, and then on the 1st she'll get the other half of her pay, which is another $1,600. Living paycheck to paycheck simply means that between the 15th and the 1st, Sally's pay has completely been spent before she gets her next pay. Now there are at least a million reasons why you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, but I'll just name a few for you. The first is that it increases your strength and your anxiety. I don't know about you, but when I used to live paycheck to paycheck, the moment that money was gone, I got nervous. I was afraid something was going to happen to me, and I just prayed God that that money, that next paycheck would come as quickly as possible. The second thing is that it really increases your dependency on debt. Now, Canadians have a very special relationship with consumer debt. We love consumer debt. We owe a combined $2.4 trillion of consumer debt, excluding mortgages. We're a population of 38 million. That is crazy. That is nonsense. We actually like debt more than our neighbors to the south. Let's use the US as an example. The population in the US is 330 million, and the consumer debt that they have, excluding mortgages, is a whopping $4.8 trillion. So wait a second, 330 million population with a $4.8 trillion debt, 38 million population in Canada with a 2.7% trillion debt. They are 10 times more people in the US than us, and they only have twice our level of debt. That's completely crazy. Dave Ramsey would have a heart attack if he knew these numbers. The other thing is that it really gives you bad habits when you start living paycheck to paycheck. If you're not careful, you get into a bit of a cycle and then you repeat it continuously. The fourth thing is that it actually impacts your relationships negatively. Think about it. If you're still always under stress at least once or twice a month because of the anxiety tied to you not having any money, the people that are going to pay the price are the people that are closest to you, your family and your friends. It puts you in a position of financial vulnerability. If there's a recession or if you lose your job, it'll be very difficult for you to recuperate because you already are living paycheck to paycheck. It also puts you in a position where you can't invest. Like, the money game is about taking your money and getting a return on that investment by placing it somewhere where you're going to make money. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, it becomes almost impossible for you to invest. You'll also have missed opportunities. Some people will come to you, some family members or friends come to you and say, hey, let's put our money together, let's buy some stocks or let's buy a property, but you're living paycheck to paycheck, so you can't hop on that opportunity. It puts you in a situation where you're not prepared for an emergency. When the emergency does come, and it always does, you're going to have to resort to debt. It stops you from being generous. You won't be able to share the wealth that you're blessed with the people that need it the most. And last but not least, it puts you in a situation where you are dependent on your employer. Yes, I did say it. You're going to be dependent on the job that you have. It's very difficult for people to switch jobs if they're living paycheck to paycheck. You'll stay exactly where you are, unhappy with the people that get on your nerves because you don't have any cushion to get you out of the situation you're in right now. So wait, how should you spend the money that you receive? Well, there are at least two things you should not be doing. You shouldn't be playing the lottery, and you shouldn't be investing right now. Now, I know some of you are going to say, Miles, you have no idea what you're talking about. I should start investing right away in order to get more income, or play the lottery and become a millionaire, and then I would get out of debt. Now, the truth of the matter is that's not how it works. if you don't know how to manage your money right now, giving you more money is not going to solve the situation. You're just going to be more of a mess, but with more money. So here are the 7 things you should do in order to manage the income you receive and how you should manage your paycheck. The first thing you should do is you should increase your level of awareness. You should know exactly what your income and your expenses will be. And you're doing that by using a budget. A budgeting tool could be anything from an Excel spreadsheet or a piece of paper where you know in advance where your money is going to go. So you want to control your money and not let the money control you. The second thing you need to have your money do is you need to create a small emergency fund. I'm thinking $1,000. Some will say $3,000. The important thing here is for you to have a small amount of money that you can use for an emergency because you're going to have an emergency. The third thing you want to do is you want to attack your debt. I'm a big fan of the debt snowball effect, which essentially means that you list all of your debt, your non-mortgage debt, on a piece of paper from the smallest to the largest, and then you tackle them one after the other. Step number 4 is for you to create a larger emergency fund. I'm talking 3 to 6 months. 6 months would be ideal from an emergency fund's perspective. Now, if you don't know how much money you need to have in your emergency fund, it's really easy. Look at your monthly expenses and put in everything that is essential or a core expense on a piece of paper. Think of your mortgage or your rent, your groceries, your insurances, maybe the gas that you put in your car. These are the things that you absolutely need in order to survive. You total everything up and you multiply that by 6, and there you have your emergency fund. That should be your target. Now, after you have your 6 month of emergency fund, that's when things start getting interesting and you can start looking into a side hustle. We want you to do something. I want you to do something that is going to allow you to generate more income. I want you to do something that's not going to require a ton of investment in money. If it's time investment, that's not a problem. But I want you to do something on the side that's going to help you drive that income so that you get an extra $100, $200, or even $1,000 per month. Now that we've increased your income, the 6th step is to start investing. You can open an online trading account. You can start investing in an RSP or a TSFA or a high interest saving account. We want that money to start generating compound interest month after month, year after year. Now, the 7th and final step is really to your discretion. You have a number of options that are available to you, but I'll just break them down into 2 major options. Option 1 is you erase your debt if you have a mortgage debt. And option B is you start investing massively. Now, this decision will be based on what your situation is. There are really 3 things that are going to drive step number 7 for you. The vision for your family, what your family structure and your family situation is, and what your risk appetite is as a whole. Now, you can choose to pay down your mortgage or you can decide to start investing. But my personal favorite is to pay down the mortgage. You will never lose if you pay down your mortgage faster. If you pay down your mortgage in 7 to 10 years, you are a winner and you've accelerated your growth to financial well-being. Think about this for a second. If you didn't have a big mortgage commitment, what kind of life would you have? If you were still able to generate some income, what kind of giving could you do? What kind of car could you drive? What kind of trips would you do if you didn't have that mortgage commitment? By paying down your mortgage, you're accelerating your path to financial freedom. So these are my 7 tips on how you should use your money once you receive it. If you like this video, please share it with a friend. Don't forget to comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.